And welcome back on your Tuesday morning. Well, all week, Good Morning Idaho is counting down the days until Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, and you know what that means. Not just maybe some vacations, but also firing up the grill. So we've got an entire week of grilling, and Jay Bates is joining us live right outside our studios. Didn't have to go very far for this one, Jay. Joined by the Nampa Fire Department this morning.
Yeah, it's funny how Nampa Fire hears we have grilling week and immediately calls and says, no, we better stop by. I know you kids, and you are not safe. So we're joined by Captain Aaron Billingsley and the rest of the Nampa Fire crew, and they're going to help us this morning with, I wanted to say today, because to me it's night, to you it's morning. A little bit of safety with the grill, so if you're just barely turning it on, you've missed out on some good weather. But if you're just barely turning it on, give us some tips on what people should look for to keep themselves safe.
You want to do a yearly inspection on it. It's been sitting all winter long. Last time you touched it was late last fall, maybe, at the best. One of the big things with the propane grill, of course, we're going to want to worry about the gas leaks.
Okay, so as far as the gas leaks go, you've let it sit all fall, everything. How are you going to check and make sure you got no leaks and that kind of thing? Is it as simple as turning on and listening? What do you need to do?
That would be part of it. The first thing I would do would be a visual inspection, of course. You got rubber hoses that have gotten cold all winter and dried out. So I would look at those, make sure there's no cracks in them and obvious stuff like that. You can check your date on your tanks. You may have to get it filled anyway. And so that you'll do a visual inspection of any damage and stuff like that, and maybe clean some of the crud out of the bottom that's built up.
And that crud is something that I want to ask you about, because these are the things that, you know, I'll get the flare-ups and stuff, but that can get pretty bad and cause a pretty good fire if you just let it sit around, right?
Oh, of course. Any of the grease is what we're going to be worried about. A lot of times you've forgotten about it all summer long, and you got grease catchers in there, whether they're trays or whether they're a cup. You want to make sure those are cleaned out and empty.
So not just this time of year, but throughout the summer, because it sounds like that could actually get worse later in the summer as you've been using this every single day.
Exactly. Yeah, if you're using your grill a lot, you're going to get a lot more grease buildup.
One thing about firemen I know, they're pretty good cooks, so we're going to put you guys to work throughout the rest of the morning. The guys have been marinating tri-tip for the Good Morning Idaho crew, so we're going to start putting that on the grill. We'll do some cooking tips, a little more safety, and a whole lot more throughout the rest of the morning, and we'll just have a barbecue without you two.
I know, I was going to say, you're so far away.
Yeah,
I know.
Tri-tip.
You're like right there. I can almost see you.
It's not a problem, though, Jay, because like we said, you're just right outside our door, so I'm sure we'll mosey on out there.
True.
At some point. Thanks a lot.
All right, Jay, thank you.
Welcome back, everybody, to Good Morning Idaho. It is grilling week, and not only have we had Chef Topple cooking us up some great salmon, we've also had the Nampa Fire Department getting us some tri-tip and some safety tips. One of the important things we haven't touched on, where to put the grill. So, Captain Aaron Billingsley, let us know, what are some of the fires that you see surrounding a grill? What are some of the things that you guys respond to?
Obviously, since they're getting hot, anything that's up close to has to be able to sustain that kind of heat. So in other words, if you have vinyl siding on your house, that's a lot more susceptible to melting and catching on fire. Also being aware of, as we talked about earlier, the flare-ups, where you have the actual flame. Anything overhead, you're going to want to be aware of, whether it's low-hanging tree branches or people in apartments that are cooking out on a patio. You're going to want to keep it away from any of those surfaces that might catch on fire.
You know, we joked about it earlier this morning, but it says right on there, for outdoor use only. How often do you see people, you know, it's raining outside, let me just take the grill in?
Of course, you got to roll it in the garage. No. I've found myself a little guilty of that. If you get a drizzle outside, especially in the spring like now, you know, you're wanting to get out of the rain and so forth. Just be careful. Don't stick it in your garage. Not only from the gas, but also from the fire perspective of it.
A fire does start around the grill. Is there something somebody can do immediately to try and get it out before they have to call you, or to try and keep it from getting out of control?
Absolutely. Close your lid. That's going to be your first thing. And then shut down your gas supply on a propane grill. Same as if you had a gas leak. Shutting down that gas supply from the bottle to the grill itself is a great thing to do to minimize any of the damage.
Any big safety tip, the difference between charcoal and gas?
Yes. With gas, you have a supply of gas and you can shut that down. With the charcoal grill, you don't have that. A charcoal grill, though, you can also minimize a lot of the damage with just applying water if you had to with a garden hose or something like that.
All right. Captain Aaron Billingsley, Nampa Fire Department, thanks, guys. Are you warm back there?
I'm getting there.
Yeah, me too. That's why I'm standing this close to the grill right now. It's a little chilly out here, Bree. I'm just saying. All right, we've got much more coming up with Chef Topple on Grilling Week here on Good Morning Idaho. Coming up in a little bit.
All right, Jay, thank you. I love it. You guys have such